Look, I want to do a breakdown, basically about Deontay Wilder's entire career. Okay, look, there's a couple of videos out right now that are accusing lots of channels, lots of reporters of being, racist and biased and just, hating on Deontay Wilder. The new term they're using now is called radicalized hate. Okay, so and this is the problem. Look, this is the problem I have. Okay, it's like if you offer any kind of criticism or even advice towards any other boxer that may happen to be a different race than your own, then you're a racist and it's radicalized hate. I mean, that's actually was a term that was used against me 2 days ago when I was told I didn't know shit about Deontay Wilder, and I need to look at things from an objective point of view and so on. So and the funny thing is, let me back up just about 10 seconds. The funny thing is, my knowledge surrounding Deontay Wilder and this other person that was accusing me of this radical racist hate, is leaps and bounds above their knowledge of Deontay Wilder. So, and not only that, outside in the real world, I have a connection to Deontay Wilder. He trained, a good friend of mine that I grew up with. He competed in Golden Gloves, and we've trained together, and we've known each other since we were probably 12 years old. He is now a coach in Alabama, and Deontay Wilder goes to his gym and they train. And I was granted an interview, or at least access to an interview. He asked Wilder, "Hey, a friend of mine's a reporter. Can he interview?" So I have a connection to Wilder. I'm from the South. He's from the South. So when people say things like this, it's pure ignorant. So let me just give you a little bit of my lack of boxing knowledge, when it comes to Deontay Wilder. And at the end of it, I'll tell you my opinion, my overall opinion. You know what? I'll tell you right now. I mean, he's 38-0, okay? And out of the 38 wins, I mean, how many notable boxers or notable opponents has he had? And I'm about to break it down for you and explain why people, give their opinion about Deontay Wilder. And it's not racist, it's their opinion. Okay. All right, let's go way back. Held the WBC since 2015, and in doing so, and remember, he has had the WBC since 2015, doing so, becoming the first American heavyweight champion in 9 years, which was the longest period in American heavyweight history that we didn't have a champion. So, that's one positive thing you could say about Deontay Wilder. So, or a recognized champion, should I say. Okay. Let's see, bronze Olympics 2008. His name, Joe Louis, was the brown bomber, and he was the bronze bomber because he won the bronze medal in 2008. KO to win ratio, 97.3. But again, we're going to get into his resume here. I mean, there's a lot of cans on there. I mean, there are literally guys that sell insurance and drive cabs, okay? Like I said, I'm going to give you a handful of notable names, and some of it is his fault, some of it isn't. I'm not here to debate that. I'm just going to break it down, to extend my knowledge, since I'm being classified as a radical, hateful guy. Okay. Started at Sky Boxing Gym in 2005. He was 19 at the time. 2007, upset the finest to win both national Golden Gloves and the U.S. Championships. Beat Isaiah Thompson and David Thompson, Isaiah Thomas and David Thompson in the finals. 2008, beat 2 Golden Glove Olympic champions before losing to Clemente Russo in the semifinals to earn the bronze medal. Therefore, hence the name Bronze Bomber. Okay, let me give you a new picture because I don't want my screen timer to run out. But yeah, like I said, guys, I want to go over, the basic. Just the background here. We're gonna go over the background to kind of to fill you guys in, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are unaware of where Deontay Wilder comes from and what he's all about, where he's been, what he's done, former Olympic champion, Golden Gloves champion. Okay, let's continue on. All right, at age 23, made his debut in Nashville. So I don't know if you guys know that, knocking out Ethan Cox. Okay, fought 7 times in 2009, winning all in round 9. So, I mean, that's pretty incredible. But again, if you go back and look at those names, not one notable guy, not one top 20, top 30, guys that aren't even ranked, guys that are literally cab drivers on the weekend. So, and I'm not criticizing them. I'm just simply, stating the facts, telling you guys the truth. Okay, by October 2012, racked up a 25 win streak inside 4 rounds. So that's amazing, right? I mean, the guy's got, inside 4 rounds, he's got 25 wins before round 5. I mean, that's incredible. Well, it's not, because again, go back and look who he was fighting, and we're about to get into that. Okay, won his first title in pro boxing, knocking out unbeaten 37-year-old Kevin Price. Now, at the time, Kevin Price was 13-0, winning the vacant WBC Continental. Remember, there's different versions of the WBC. This is not the WBC he won from Stavern. This is the WBC Continental. Okay, and he defended that belt twice. By the way, again, something a lot of you guys probably don't know, but okay, so I'm just giving you a little bit of this knowledge that I don't have about Deontay Wilder. All right, knocking out former WBO heavyweight champ, and I always have trouble with this guy's name, Sarag Lavach. I don't know. I cannot pronounce this guy's name. 25-5, and that was actually a main event Showtime card, and I remember that fight just distinctively. I just remember that fight. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, February 2004, Malik Scott. Now, we remember this. He fought Malik Scott in an eliminator for the WBC. Now, here, this begins the trail to the WBC, and he was on the undercard of Garcia Herrera. Now, remember the robbery where Herrera was robbed against Garcia. He clearly beat Garcia. Well, you had Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott on the undercard, and this began the path to the WBC. Okay, at the time, Wilder was ranked number 3. Malik Scott ranked number 26. After the fight, Wilder still ranked number 3. Why didn't his ranking improve? Well, because he was fighting an old washed-up Malik Scott that was ranked 27. Okay, again, not a notable name. And this setup, now you got to remember, this setup Wilder to become the mandatory challenger against Bermane Stavern for the WBC. Okay, 2014. Jason Gavin on the Porter, I think that was the Porter Brook undercard, winning the, and then he went on to win the WBC from Bermane Stavern. 118, 109, 119, 108, 120, 107. And then we had Wilder Molina. You remember that? Deontay Wilder just smacked Molina all around the ring and just beat the hell out of him. But again, we're talking about an old washed-up heavyweight Molina, right? Okay. Now, after Molina, 2016, Wilder went on to face Artur Splitska. Now, remember, Splitska, he trains from the gym right here in my hometown. And in fact, here's the knockout right here. This is the guy that trains at the Ronnie Shields gym with the Charlo twins and Irislan De Lara with Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields being the former trainer of Mike Tyson. Okay, that's Deontay Wilder right there knocking that dude out. But again, basically an unknown. Okay, smaller. Definitely not like a super heavyweight. You could consider him a heavyweight, but smaller. Decent record, okay. But again, I mean, he's just not at that level. So, but we'll call him a notable opponent. Okay, we will call Splitska a notable opponent. Now, that was his 3rd title defense for the WBC. He won from Stavern. The first title defense was against Molina, by the way. Second title defense was against Johan De Lapis. Okay, at the time, Johan 32-2. Okay, decent name, decent record, 32-2, but he won by TKO round 11. Okay, that's Deontay Wilder winning by TKO round 11. So just I could go on and on and on about this knowledge that doesn't exist that I have. So let's look at the notable names. Okay, you look at the notable names. You got Bermane Stavern, Splitska, Chris Areola, which I forgot to mention, Washington, which that was a joke right there, Owen Beck, Price, Kevin Price, Malik Scott. I mean, that's it. That's it. That's the notable names right there. You know, I just went through them. Okay, let's do it again. Bermane Stiverne, right? And something was off with Bermane Stiverne that night. Remember, he just stood there and got the hell beat out of him. They said he was, you know, extremely dehydrated, but you know that had nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. Okay, Splitska. All right, who the hell is that? Most of you guys out there didn't even know him. I knew him because I've trained with him or nearby him, so I knew of him. Chris Areola. Okay, again, a gatekeeper in there to get a check. You know, we knew Deontay Wilder was going to wax him. All right, Washington. And then that's like the most notable wins of recent. Okay, now you go back, Owen Beck, Kevin Price, and Malik Scott. So basically you got three, you know, somewhat decent names now and three from the past. And I'm talking about going all the way back to 2005. This is why people call him, you know, bum squad, and he's a bum, and he's this, and he's that. Now, I will give him credit. He tried to go across the pond to face Povetkin, okay, and then Povetkin tested positive for PEDs, and then he was going to, you know, face the Polish dude, and then he popped positive, and then he got in there, I think, with Washington or some shit like that. Either way, it didn't matter. It was a terrible fight. So, you know, at the end of his career, now you could say from around the Povetkin time to now, you can't really blame Deontay Wilder, especially with, you know, having nearly, what, a year off with the injury. You know, he injured his hand. I believe it was in the Washington fight, okay? So, you know, the last year and a half, you know, we really can't point the finger at Deontay Wilder, but, you know, that's, you go back from, like, say, 35 and 36, like, when he hit around that, on his record, anything before that, you can blame Deontay Wilder, because, like I said, I mean, in 2009, or what was it, in 2000, what was that, 2009, I believe, he had like, or no, 2006, I think he had like 9 fights in 1 year. I mean, that's crazy for a heavyweight, okay? I mean, he could, look, he could only do that, I mean, because he's fighting tomato cans, cupcakes, all right? I mean, you know, guys that are in there that are just, you know, basically paid to lose. So, yeah, I mean, that's what, actually, I'm looking here. It was in 2008. He fought in 2009, 7 times, winning all of them in round 1. So imagine this. In 2009, he's got 7 fights, and he won every single one of those fights in round 1. I mean, what does that tell you? They're just basically putting in a sacrificial lamb for him to knock out. And what does it tell you when a guy has 38 wins and 37 KOs? I mean, just really, I mean, that's you know, that's just unprecedented. That is just astronomically good. That is incredible. That is like Guinness Book of Record type shit, you know. So, but he doesn't get credit for it because of, you know, I just go back to 2009. You know, he fought 7 times in 2009 and knocked him out in round. I mean, what does that tell you? That tells you he's fighting cans, all right? You know, he's fighting bums. This is why people call him, you know, bum squad, all right? Now, my personal opinion, like I said, you know, I think he was on the right track with that Povetkin fight. Unfortunately, you know, they had the PED issues, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but, you know, I do give him credit for you know, wanting to go over into enemy territory and take on Povetkin. I give him a ton of credit for that. But outside of that, I can't give him a whole lot of credit for anything else. Like I said, he had 3 notable wins from 2005 on up, and then as of recent, 3 more notable wins, and then one Povetkin. So, you know, however you want to slice that up, go for it. But I think, you know, but to call someone, you know, or to say that they're showing radical hate because they're telling you the truth about Deontay Wilder is simply false.